What is baseband transmission? Why it is going to used? Baseband transmission supports bidirectional transmission. It is a path used to transfer the data from one end to another end. Twisted pair cables are the oldest and most commonly used transmission media. Hello my dear student, welcome to my new session. I am Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram, 1st grade college, Mysore. This is the third session of baseband and broadband transmission. Before going to start today's session, let me to recall the things which I covered in the last session. In the last session, I discussed what is topology and the different types of topology. In topology, we studied 4 different types of topology. In that first one, ring topology, bus topology, star topology, and mesh topology. From the examination point of view, this topic is very important. It carries 8 marks. Today's session, I will be explaining baseband transmission, then I will be explaining broadband transmission, then I'm going to explain difference between the baseband and broadband transmission, then I'll be explaining transmission media and I'll be explaining guided media. What is my first topic? Here it is baseband transmission. What is baseband transmission? Why it is going to used? What is baseband transition? It is very interesting topic. Dear student, please make a note. In the baseband transmission, the data bits are converted into signal. I repeat, in the baseband transmission, the data bits are converted in the form of signal. So, 0 indicates low frequency and 1 indicates high frequency. I repeat, here 0 indicates low voltage level and 1 indicates high voltage level. The whole frequency spectrum of the media is to transfer the data from source to destination. That is one end to another end. I repeat, here we are not going to use frequency division multiplexing. Instead of that, we are going to use time division multiplexing. The signals are transmitted from one end to another end in the form of electronic pulse. That means whatever the signal you're going to send, that means signals are transmitted from one end to another end in the form of electronic pulse. Here signals are transmitted in both the direction. So it is called bidirectional transmission. By using baseband transmission, it is possible to transmit the data only for shorter distance. I repeat, only shorter distance it is possible to transmit the data. Fine. Then what type of transmission here it is used? It support digital. It supports digital signals. Here, that means baseband transmissions are used to transfer digital signals. These are the certain points comes under baseband transmission. So I repeat, the baseband transmission uses whole frequency spectrum to transmit the data. Whatever the data is being transmitted, that is in the form of electronic signals, and it is applicable only for shorter distance, and the signals are represented in the form of zeros and ones. So 0 indicates low level frequency and 1 indicates that is high frequency level. Moving on to the next topic, that is broadband transmission. This broadband transmission is also called high capacity transmission technology. It is mainly used for voice and video transmission. I repeat, it is mainly used for voice and video transmission. In this technology, the data are transmitted at high speed and longer distance. I repeat, the data are transmitted at high speed and longer distance. Then what is the common transmission media here used is twisted pair cable and optical cables are most commonly used transmission media. So the word broadband transmission refers to high speed, high distance. I repeat, the word broadband refers to high speed and longer distance, and it is commonly used in internet application. It is commonly used in internet application. These broadband signal mainly deals with analog signal. This broadband signal mainly deals with analog signal. In this broadband transmission, signals are sent to multiple frequency, permitting multiple signals to send continuously. Here, broadband transmission is mainly used for voice and video transmission. So, it is applicable to transfer longer distance. At the same time, it is a high capacity transmission technology. The transmission media used here is optical cable and twisted pair cable. Internet is the best example for broadband transmission. Moving on to the next topic, that is difference between the baseband and broadband transmission. What is the first difference with respect to signaling used? So baseband supports digital signaling, whereas broadband supports analog signaling. Then what is the second difference with respect to application? Baseband supports bus topology, where broadbands are used in bus topology and tree topology. Then what is the third difference with respect to encoding used here is, so baseband make use of Manchester and differential Manchester encoding, where broadband make use of PSK encoding technique. The fourth difference with respect to transmission media, here it is bidirectional. That means baseband transmission supports bidirectional transmission, whereas broadband transmission supports unidirectional data transmission. The fifth difference, that is signal range. In the baseband, you can able to transmit data over shorter distance, whereas broadband you can able to transmit the data over longer distance. These are the some of the 5 difference between baseband and broadband transmission. Moving on to the next topic, a very interesting topic, that is transmission media. Here transmission media is nothing but a path. I repeat, it is a path used to transfer the data from one end to another end. So this transmission media is divided into two types. One is guided media and another one unguided media. Under guided media, we are going to study coaxial cable, fiber optical cable, twisted pair cable. Under unguided transmission media, we are going to study radio waves, infrared, etc. These are the two types of transmission media, that is unguided transmission media and guided transmission media. Moving on to the next type, that is type of transmission media, in that guided media. What is guided media? In the guided media, wires are used to transfer the data from one end to another end. Here, signal travels from media are bounded by the physical capacity of the media. So, guided media is nothing but a bounded media or wired media. To establish connection between two devices, we are going to use cables. So, the example for guided media is twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and fiber optic cable. From the examination point of view, this is very important question. So you may get what is guided media, explain the different types of guided media. I repeat, from the examination point of view, this is very important topic. So you may get the question, what is guided media, and explain twisted pair cable or coaxial cable or fiber optical cable, and it carries 7 or 8 marks. It carries 7 or 8 marks. Moving on to the next very interesting topic, that is twisted pair cable. Okay, fine. Where you can able to see twisted pair cable? The best example, LAN. It is mainly used to provide LAN connection. Okay, what is twisted pair cable then? Here, twisted pair cables are the oldest and most commonly used transmission media. So this is the old transmission media and most commonly used, because in LAN you're going to use twisted pair cables. Once again, in your telephone line you can able to find twisted pair cables. Okay, one more thing, the twisted pair cables consists of 2 insulated copper wires. So this is the diagram. Here, twisted pair cables are made of insulated copper wire and the wires are twisted each other. See this diagram. Here, wires are twisted each other. Okay, then what is the diameter of this copper wire? The diameter of copper wire is 1 mm. So the diameter of this copper wire is 1 mm. Okay, what's the use of 2 wires? One wire is used to send the signal. So one wire is used to send this signal and the second wire is used for grounding. The transmission of signal take place in the form of electrical form. I repeat, The signals are transmitted in the form of electrical signals. The cost of this twisted pair cable is very less compared to other cables. This twisted pair cable is responsible for covering shorter distance. I repeat, only shorter distance it is possible to cover. Suppose if you want to cover longer distance, then you can use repeater. By using repeaters, you can also able to cover longer distance. So, twisted pair cables are mainly used to provide LAN connection, that is RJ45. I repeat once again that twisted cables are oldest and most common transmission media. Here, both the cables are twisted each other. One is used to send the signal and another one is used to connect the ground. Here, twisted pair cable is made up of two insulated copper wires. Twisted pair cables are twisted together to form helical form. The twisted pair cables are used in LAN, that is RJ45. Then what is the advantage of twisted pair cable? It is very easy to install and manage. It is cost effective, and the third advantage is it is very flexible. Then what is the disadvantage of this twisted pair cable? The first disadvantage here is data rate is very low. Then what is the second disadvantage? Suppose if you want to use twisted pair cable for longer distance, then you want to use repeater. I repeat, if you want to use twisted pair cable for longer distance, then you want to use repeater. Then what is the speed of this twisted pair cable? The speed of the twisted cable is 10 Gbps, that is 10 gigabits per second. And the distance is, it is capable to cover 100 meters. So, by using twisted pair cable, you can able to cover only 100 meters. These are some of the very important point. Moving on to the next type of guided media, that is coaxial cable. It is also called coax. Coax. It is also called coax. In coaxial cable, along with copper cable, the metallic shield is used to provide the immunity against noise. I repeat, in coaxial cable, the copper shield is used along with metallic shield in order to provide the immunity against noise. In the coaxial cable, you can able to transmit the data up to 100 meters. That means longer distance compared to twisted pair cable. And speed of the data transmission is also high comparing to twisted pair cable. By using coaxial cable, you can cover 500 meter. Comparing to twisted pair cable, it covers longer distance and speed of the transmission is relatively high when compared to twisted pair cables. Then where you can able to find this coaxial cable? Tell me the example. That is your television line. So coaxial cables are used for television line or television signal. I repeat, coaxial signals are used for television signals. So coaxial cable is a type of cable consists of a solid wire core surrounded by one or more metallic foils or wire shields, each separated by some kind of plastic insulator. See this figure. So outer cover is plastic jacket where inner wire, this inner conductor is made up of copper. This inner core carries signal and seals are, that is metallic seals are used for ground connection. So the inner core carries the signal and shield provides the ground. What are the advantages of coaxial cable? The first advantage here is data rate is comparatively high than twisted pair cable. At the same time, it can also able to transfer the data for a longer distance. That is the second advantage. The third advantage, higher bandwidth up to 400 bits per second. That is the higher bandwidth up to 400 megabits per second. That is Mbps. What is the disadvantages of coaxial cable then? It is very expensive and difficult to manage. That is the one of the disadvantage of this coaxial cable. Moving on to the next type of guided media, that is fiber optical cable. So what is the use of fiber optical cable? It is mainly used to carry the signals. Here the transmitted light signal may be in the form of LEDs. What is LED? That is light emitting diode, or it is in the form of LDs, that is laser diodes. So whatever the signal it is going to carry, that is in the form of LEDs and LDs. Here fiber optical cable is responsible for transmitting light rather than electronic signal. So it is mainly used to transmit the signal, and the signals are transmitted in the form of lights. So by using fiber optical cable, it is possible to transmit the data for a longer distance, that is up to 80 kilometers. Up to 80 kilometers it is possible to transmit the data. And the data transfer rate is relatively high. So fiber optical cable transmits data at 10 or 100 or 200 or 1000 megabits per second to 100, 40, 200 and 1000 gigabits per second. So the data rate is relatively high compared to twisted pair cable and coaxial cable. So this fiber optical cables is mainly used to transmit the data at higher rate. The transmitted data is in the form of lights. And one more important point here is it provides noise immunity better compared to twisted pair cable and coaxial cable. Then what are the advantage and disadvantages of these fiber optical cables? What is the first advantage? That is data rate is relatively high. Then the cost required for the cabling is very low and data is transmitted for longer distance. And what are the disadvantages? It is very difficult to manage and install. The second disadvantage is it is unidirectional. The data flows in only one direction and it is very difficult to repair. So these are the three main disadvantages of this fiber optical cables. These are the three different types of cabling. Let me to recall the things what I covered in the today's session. In this today's session, I started with what is baseband and what is broadband. Then I explained what are the difference between baseband and broadband. Then we discussed the different transmission modes. Then we discussed what is guided media. Under guided media, we discussed what is coaxial cable, what is fiber optical cable, and what is twisted pair cable. From the examination point of view, these are the very important topic. In the next session, I'll be explaining unguided media. Under unguided media, I'm going to explain radio waves, infrared, etc. And at the same time, I'm going to cover multiplexing. Under multiplexing, I'm going to explain what is amplitude multiplexing, what is phase multiplexing, and what is frequency multiplexing. Thank you.